We have the conservative analyst Carrie Sheffield with us. We also have the Democratic strategist Taryn Rosenkranz joining us. As I said, Taryn, I'll start with you. This, to me, it was the political significance of this was that people said this is an issue that Vice President is strong on, but she hasn't focused exclusively on it. Today that changed. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it was just such devastating consequences that brought us here. And just to bring this to light, to talk really about the human consequences of this, to be able to say, this is life or death. It's just that so often we aren't able to say, this is how it impacts our day-to-day life. This is how it really has this profound consequences. And I think we really needed to bring to light, what does this mean when we have an abortion ban? What does this mean when 1 in 3 women are living under it? And this is, well, the consequences are real, right? It does mean that you could have to sit in a waiting room and not receive care for 20 hours and die of sepsis. This is what this really means. What is the worst that could happen? Well, you could end up dying. And I think that we really needed to bring that to light. We really needed to understand the ramifications and what this could truly mean, what the worst really could mean. And I think she really needed to talk about that, bring it home, tell the real stories, the rawness of it. And I think it was important. And I think sharing that today really brought the seriousness of it in a way that really talked to folks.
Now, Carrie, you might have a different perspective on this. If so, what is it after listening to the Vice President here for the last number of minutes?
Well, I heard that Harris took absolutely no accountability for her failures as the leader in the White House with Joe Biden for the FDA. The FDA is at fault for what happened with this poor case of this poor woman getting sepsis infection. And the reason why is because the Joe Biden White House changed its FDA policies before COVID, and then afterward, Joe Biden exploited COVID mandates on teleabortion to allow abortion on the demand, basically Skype abortions, or in the case of this poor case, she crossed state lines and went to North Carolina, was given the abortion medication, and then because of the Biden-Harris FDA, that is why this woman died. Because it removed any sort of requirements around
this.
This is a failure. It was a distraction, and it was pathetic by this vice president to fail to take responsibility.
I know you disagree, Taryn, with that. Obviously, I see you shaking your head. I do. I've got a quick commercial break, and just real quick on that point, and then we'll get the break, Taryn. And I want to come back with Carrie as well in just a moment. Taryn, what were you going to say?
Playing games, obviously the ban on abortion and obviously the overturning of Roe v. Wade is where any of this. So we can play games about why or how and what ramifications. But the truth is, if we didn't have any of these abortion bans, none of this would be an issue. We need to trust women. And the only way to defeat Trump and all of this abortion bans and to really give women the reproductive rights that we need to have, and really overwhelmingly, we're seeing that women and men and anyone who trusts, they trust Kamala Harris to have these kinds of rights and to restore the rights that women had before the Trump administration came in, is to vote and to get out there and vote.
Well, everybody agrees, no doubt, it's an important issue. We want to give time to discuss it. And Carrie, I will come right back to you in just a moment here as our coverage continues on News Nation Now. We'll be right back.